Under-17 championship qualifiers from Estadio Félix Sánchez in Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic. It is action in Group C here in round one between Cuba and Guyana. First meeting for both of these teams here in this group stage on a beautiful day in Santo Domingo. Temperatures in the upper 80s, breezy as well. It won't be too bad out there on the field for the players. Chance of rain, as you can see those ominous clouds in the background. Chance of rain is over 80%, but for now, it just feels like a picture-perfect day for some football. Here are the four teams that make up Group C: Panama, Cuba, Guyana, and Turks and Caicos. All these teams currently sitting level. No matches played, no points, no nothing. It is a clean slate that we begin here today in Group C. Now, the way this qualifying round is set up this year for the 2025 edition of the Concacaf Women's Under-17 Championship, you have 24 teams coming through qualifying. They are split into 6 groups of 4. Again, we're in Group C for this one here today. All 6 of the group winners in these 6 groups, plus the next 2 best teams, so 8 total teams, will advance into the championship, where Canada, Haiti, Mexico, and the United States have already received byes as the 4 highest-ranked teams. So there you have it, 24 teams coming through qualifying here over the course of this week. The 6 group winners and the next 2 best will join Canada, Haiti, Mexico, and the U.S. in the tournament scheduled to take place between March 21st and April 6th. Our 2 teams here today, Cuba and Guyana, are trying to get back into the main draw of the Concacaf Women's Under-17 Championship. There have been 8 previous editions. They've both only qualified once, and that happened to be the same year back in 2022. Cuba and Guyana made it into that main draw. Cuba, that time around, ended up coming in 3rd in their group and making the knockout stage. From there, they were able to find their benchmark in this tournament. But last time around, back in 2024, they failed to qualify. Guyana, on the other hand, had to withdraw from qualification in 2024. And again, trying to get back into this tournament where they were deposited right into the round of 16 back in 2022. So Cuba, Guyana, 2 teams who have been in the main draw of the tournament once each. This time around, trying to make it for a second time and improve upon their finishes. They start off their group stage of qualifying against each other here. We'll have lineups and anthems in just a moment. Just about set to meet the starting lineups for both Guyana and Cuba as they're set to take part in their maiden match here in the 2025 Concacaf Women's Under-17 Championship Qualifiers. Two teams that are again hungry to make it back into the main draw, where they've both only been once in 2022 after 8 previous editions of this tournament. Here's the starting 11 for Cuba. Everything is really sort of a mystery coming into a day like this. It's a new group of players here as the U17 players churn through year over year, and it's match day number 1. So what we might know about this team come match day 3 of group play, we don't necessarily know now. So we'll see who may stand out for head coach Silvio Minoso, who will be in the technical area. And wearing the captain's armband for Cuba is the number 10, Anelis Calvo. She's out there for the coin toss, greeting the match officials led by Itzel Hernandez of Mexico, Angeli Gale of Jamaica, Carmen Munoz, and Marjorie Ponce of Nicaragua. Your last assistant referee and 4th official rounding out the crew. Captain on the other side for Guyana is Sydney Glean, wearing the number 17. We expect her to be in the heart of the Guyanese midfield. Guyana wearing the white today, Cuba in the blue. You look at the Concacaf rankings at the U17 level, which are, again, quite a mystery year over year. Have to try to recalibrate based on the players that are coming through with each crop, each year that goes by. It's a Guyana team that's coming in ranked 20th, led by the head coach, Delon Claude. Jasmine Ross in goal, and the aforementioned captain, Sydney Glean. Expect her to be somewhere either on the right side or the midfield as this one goes along. I'd love to start off on the right foot for both these teams and pick up 3 points right from the jump in group play, especially knowing that it's the 6 group winners who go through, but also the next 2 best teams. Even if you stumble on match day 2 or match day 3, if you have 3 points in your back pocket for match day 1, you really have to like your chances of at least getting one of those second place positions. So vital to set the tone in a positive way here to kick things off. Already earlier today, we saw Puerto Rico beat St. Vincent and the Grenadines 3-0. Other matches are about to kick off as well concurrently. We'll keep you updated on all of the happenings as the day goes along. But we are set for kick between Cuba and Guyana. And away we go. Group C, match day 1 in the 2025 Concacaf Women's Under-17 Qualifiers. Cuba left to right in the blue, Guyana right to left in the white. Joe Malfa with you for the action this evening. Coach on the Cuban side, Silvio Minoso, waving the players forward to begin the action here. Again, 2024 qualifying saw Guyana withdraw right before the qualifying phase began. Cuba last year was stuck in a group with Haiti, and sometimes the luck of the draw is not on your side. That Haitian team was dominant, and it's why they have a bye into the main draw this year and don't have to go through qualifying. That Haitian team won both of its qualifying matches last year by a combined score of 18-0. So bad luck for Cuba being in Haiti's group last year. Cuba did beat Barbados 6-0. And this Cuban team, its captain, Anelis Calvo, was on that team last year. So she has some experience already in this qualifying tournament. She scored in that victory over Barbados. Not too many holdovers on the roster for Cuba year over year, but the captain Calvo, one of them. And again for Guyana, complete mystery as far as what we were going to get here today. They did not take part in qualifying last year, withdrew at the last minute, so we have not seen this Guyana side in competitive action at the U17 level since they were in the main draw in 2022. And of course, the nature of U17 play, all those players who were a part of that team then have moved up through the ranks to U20 and the senior level now. So this is a new look Guyanese side. Learning about them today in real time all together under the guidance of head coach Delon Claude. Throw down the right side for Guyana. Off the thigh of Alexandria Chasels. Inside for the captain, Glean. Where we sort of expected her to line up. Somewhere on that right side or coming down the middle of the midfield. Some versatility and flexibility there for the captain wearing number 17 of Guyana. Possession back to Cuba. Calvo. Valladares. Worked all the way back to the goalkeeper, Delilah Rodriguez. Portela lets it go. Vilches. Luana Vilches gives it away and wins it right back. Something could be on here for Cuba trying to turn as Yaicelis Lopez, some contact there. Which way is it going to go? Both players battling for it. It looks like it actually will end up against Jada Tucker. No, excuse me, it is a free kick for Jada Tucker and Guyana. A tough one here, both players battling for it. Could have made the case that the way Tucker cut off Lopez, but they were on that last look, you could see it. Lopez stuck the elbow out a bit. Foul against Cuba, and possession to Guyana. The ball into space. Early chance maybe here for Guyana. Aaliyah Henry slows it down. Could not find the support as she was forced to turn. Right back the other way now. It's Lopez for Cuba, again battling Tucker. Back-to-back battles between Tucker and Lopez. This time the contact, I think, is going to go against Guyana. It will. A yellow card being shown. Oh, excuse me. This one will also go against Yaicelis Lopez. It's interesting, Guyana actually seemed to think that foul was on them as well. Right there, you can see number 20, Naomi Benjamin. But it seems our referee, Itzel Hernandez, got the contact from Lopez to Tucker first. It's the way you had it stacked there. It was number 4, Jada Tucker of Guyana. Yaicelis Lopez in the middle, and then beyond that, Naomi Benjamin. Lopez bumped into Henry first, rather Tucker first, and then the contact from Benjamin. So foul and yellow to Yaicelis Lopez. Sometimes it's interesting, you can almost let the players police themselves and see how it goes. Guyana was starting to get set up for a defensive shape on a free kick, expecting that to be called against them. But Itzel Hernandez, the referee, saw it differently. And helps out Guyana. Could have been a very dangerous and promising position for a Cuban free kick. Now Lopez, though, has to be careful on a yellow. There was 2 early fouls in rapid succession. Glean. Cindy Glean, nice turn, looking through. Tried to send Ariana Chin. Could not make that extra pass. Now the ball played in and it's saved by Rodriguez. That seemed to be a cross rather than a shot. That ended up drifting away off the foot of Ariana Chin. Good pressure here from Guyana. Try from distance. Nothing there for Debbie Sukdeo. Guyana swarming Cuba right now. Flag stays down. Contact there. Shout for a penalty for Guyana. Appears it'll just be a goal kick in the end. Have a second look. Oh, you can make the case. You can see why Guyana's a bit frustrated and the calls coming from the bench area. Isabel Portela came in with the arm right through the back of Chasels. Really good early pressure here from Guyana. And you wonder how much of the advantage goes to Guyana, especially in the early going. You could have, if you're Guyana, gone back and scouted last year's qualifying. You could have watched those 2 matches that Cuba played against Barbados and Haiti. Again, at this level, U17, by nature, it's going to fluctuate. You're going to have different players and crops of players from the different birth years come through. It's going to look different. They're going to have different focal points, but there's enough holdover. And with the same head coach and Silvio Minoso, you're going to have some tendencies that are the same from last year to this year for this Cuban side that Guyana could have scouted. On the flip side, again, this Guyana team we've not seen competitively at the U17 level since they were in the main draw in 2022 after they had to withdraw from qualifying before it began in 2024. So this is a new look team, new coach, new everything. Seems like they've almost taken Cuba by surprise a bit in the early going with this high pressure, and here they go again. Flag stays down. Estadio. Henry. Henry spinning out for a Guyana throw. Temperature 88 degrees Fahrenheit in Santo Domingo. Estadio Olímpico Félix Sánchez, where we begin here in Group C. Almost 10 minutes in, still scoreless. Played through, offside, clear call there. Estadio, a bit too early, just lost track of where that last defender was. Assistant referee on that far side of the field, Carmen Munoz all over it, a good 4 or 5 yards of leeway between. Scoreless between Cuba and Guyana at the 10-minute mark. Naomi Benjamin, nice give and go. Benjamin, heavy touch. We'll call it a pass. It worked out in the end by getting through to Chasels. Looking long down the right side for Chin. Cuba struggling to find any sustained possession, but now they break out looking long. Guyana sort of playing with a sweeper, not something you see much in the modern game. The situation maybe calling for it here. Getting a read on Cuba the first 10 minutes that they're looking to play the outlet long through the middle to either Lopez or Torino. Jada Tucker, wearing the number 4 for Guyana, has shown tremendous speed and awareness on the back end. Sitting a bit further back. Look at her drop now on the back end. She's trying to keep everything in front if Cuba is going to try and play that long game. High pressure still working here for Guyana. They win it back again. Long try, and it's gathered by Rodriguez off the foot of Chasels. Everything has been from the perimeter so far for Guyana. No good looks from inside. Get the sense it's coming at some point. Only yellow card to speak of so far. Yeah, Celis Lopez of Cuba. Free kick floated by Bisnoff. Easy chances for Cuba. Can you break out the other way now? After an errantly taken free kick. Intercepted instead by Whitney King. Squared to the top of the box. Not too far for Leah Henry to get there. Benjamin weaving through, taken down, free kick. Cuba struggling to gain any sort of a foothold here. And the rankings can be misleading at this level. But it's been a while since we've seen these teams play at the U17 level, especially Guyana. The way the schedule breaks down and having to withdraw from last year's qualifying. And with new players cycling through the youth ranks each year that goes by, those rankings can be very misleading. Cuba was 15, Guyana was 20. Through 13 minutes, you'd think it was flipped. Guyana's been all over Cuba. They don't have the goal to show for it, though. Now from the free kick, Benjamin goes direct on goal. Struck it well, not too well. 14-mile-an-hour winds here as well. They're blowing out toward this Cuba goal, so maybe that colored the decision to decide to go for a goal. You can see top of your screen the corner flag whipping straight at the Cuban goalkeeper, Delana Rodriguez. Again, they try to go long through the lines. This one connects. Chance brewing here for Lopez, and she puts it over the bar. The first time that long through ball connected for Cuba comes 14 minutes in. Yaicelis Lopez with the first shot of the match for Cuba, but puts it over the bar. Good pressure to contest the shot from Whitney King. And off balance, Lopez got underneath it, and that would do it there for that threat. Again, looking for Lopez. Maybe that was the momentum shifter Cuba needed. Taking the goal kick here. Historically here in the Concacaf Women's Under-17 Championship, the balance of power has really belonged to three nations. Of the previous 8 editions of this tournament, the United States have emerged as the champions 6 times, Canada once, and Mexico once. Of the 8 previous editions, those 3 nations, the US, Canada, and Mexico, have comprised the final in all but one instance. 2008, Costa Rica made the final of the inaugural tournament. Ever since then, only the US, Canada, or Mexico have ever played for a final. One other team that does stick out who's made a semifinal that's relevant to Group C here is Panama. Panama made it to the semifinal in 2012. They're a part of Group C here in qualifying. Cuba and Guyana will have to face them at some point. Again, it's Haiti, Mexico, the US, and Canada already with byes into the main draw of this tournament. That takes place at the end of March into early April. Six groups of 4 teams right now in qualifying, which began today. The 6 group winners and the next 2 best teams, regardless of group, will go ahead and be the 8 teams that join. The other 4 teams we have seeded with byes. And from there, have those 12 teams divided up into group play for the main draw, and so on and so forth. But for now, focus is win your group, get through. And just mathematically speaking, if you win your opening match, whether it's getting through as the group winner or getting through as one of those best 2 teams who did not win the group, you win your first game, you've really got a puncher's chance of getting through. That's why this is so vital here for Cuba and Guyana. Through nearly 20 minutes, Guyana's been in control, but the best goal-scoring opportunity has belonged to Cuba. And I think it started to turn the momentum, seeing that chance for Cuba a few moments ago from Félix Lopez. Their pressure is higher now. They're winning the ball in the attacking half instead of being on their heels as they were for the first 13 minutes of the match. Sometimes all it takes is that one moment to give you that glimmer of hope. And also sometimes you just have to ease into a game, get the feel of it, and go from there. Because again, this is a Cuban team that played last year in qualifying, so Guyana would have some footage to go back and review. But it's a Guyana team that hasn't played since 2022 at the U17 level, so not much for Cuba to scout. First 15 minutes really are your scout. Just hope you don't get punished in the process defensively. Cuba bent a couple of times, did not break, and now they're starting to walk Guyana down the other way. Long throw from Rodriguez. Lopez flicked along Acosta. Lopez has to be careful, already on a yellow. Sprayed wide. Up for Chin, cutting in. Ariana Chin. Centering attempt is blocked. Acosta won it for Cuba. Back to Chin for Guyana. Chasels lunges in late. Referee says play on. Flag will stay down here. Foot race, edge of the area. Rodriguez wins that foot race and clears. Game becoming a bit stretched here, end to end. Benjamin.
Only ball, only ball.
Long throw from Benjamin. Almost able to squeak through for Chasels. Reset now up the right side. Seemed to be intended down the right wing for Sukdale, but had some space there for Guyana. It's cut off instead by Chin. Free kick. From the free kick, deflected on by a defender, so the flag will stay down here. But Aaliyah Henry cannot flip the hips around the ball. Turn down the wing from the captain, Annelies Calvo. Too much speed though from Naomi Benjamin. Tremendous recovery run. See great closing speed on the back end defensively from Guyana in this one. Again, on a day that's largely discovery about these teams, we're learning a lot. This Guyana back line so far formidable. Between Data Tucker and Naomi Benjamin, they've had everything covered. Only beaten once on a long through ball. But a closing run there from Whitney King negated that chance. Now a yellow, though, the other way. Estadio there for that little extra action and standing over. Sheila Valladares. Perhaps maybe lucky she did not come away from that with a red. Seemed like a stomp motion there. Valladares. Yellow for Sukteo. Now the initial foul was called against Valladares. There's a frustration moment there on the back end from Sukteo. Glean sends a free kick into play. Try here from distance that Rodriguez gathers. Every shot for Guyana so far from outside the box. Our first corner of the match now. Neither side has had this type of opportunity yet. Belongs to Cuba. Celis Lopez will take. Wind is blowing out right to left. Half-hearted volley effort headed away. Flicked on further, and Guyana deals successfully with the corner. Saw the impact of the wind there. The assistant referee helping out, holding the flag as the corner was taken. You wonder if at all it got a hold of the ball as it drifted toward the edge of the box there. Blowing from right to left, this 14-mile-an-hour wind. Lopez cuts back outside. Lopez trying to force through. Has to be careful again not to make contact as she goes for the ball. That's how she picked up the yellow earlier. Into the area, try from distance here, a laser beam, but wide. And Aracos took it. Played up the wing here for Guyana. Running onto it. Chin surveying. They didn't have the numbers there, Guyana. Look at the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blue jerseys around the 3 white jerseys. Seemed like the threat might be on, but closed down quickly by Cuba, and a foul against Guyana ends whatever threat was left. Half an hour come and gone, still scoreless between Cuba and Guyana. Opening match in Group C of the 2025 Concacaf Women's Under-17 Qualifiers. Earlier today, we saw Puerto Rico beat St. Vincent and the Grenadines 3-0. That matchup taking place in Group A. Bermuda and the Cayman Islands round out that group, and Bermuda right now winning 3-0 over the Cayman Islands. 2-0, excuse me. That one in the 73rd minute. Also at the half-hour mark, El Salvador up 2-0 on Anguilla, and Honduras up 1-0 on Belize. El Salvador in Group D with Guatemala and Curacao. Leading that group right now, in Honduras leading a group that features Trinidad and Tobago and the U.S. Virgin Islands. Later in the 7 o'clock Eastern hour, 3 more matches to kick off. Guatemala, Curacao, Panama, Turks and Caicos, and then Trinidad and Tobago against the U.S. Virgin Islands. That Panama, Turks and Caicos matchup is the other matchup of the day here in Group C. And if you go by the rankings, which again, inexact science when you're talking about U17 play, you never quite know what crop of players might come through as the teams churn year over year and players move on to U20 and beyond. Panama ranked number 9 in the U17 rankings. Turks and Caicos 29. So there's quite a gulf between those two teams. Cuba and Guyana here 15 and 20 respectively. So Panama is the highest ranked team in this group. You'll see them a little later on against the lowest ranked team in this group in Turks and Caicos. One of these two teams could really apply the pressure, pick up the 3 points and top the group. Especially when you have the 6 group winners plus the next 2 best advancing. Start doing the math and looking around. If you pick up a win in your opening match, your percentages of at least getting one of those 2 runner-up spots, if not group winner spots, it goes up tremendously. A lot of work to be done still here, still 0-0. A few more shots going Guyana's way, but all from outside the 18. No genuine scoring opportunities. Cuba, on the other hand, they only have one shot, but it was a genuine scoring opportunity that Yaxelius Lopez missed from in close. Lopez looking for Calvo, the captain, nothing there. Poke through, Valladares. Cos, just behind Valladares, it's Sukdeo. Tries the outside of the boot. Comes up on target for Chasels, who cannot control. Offside flag up on Cuba. Again played through, foot race again, won by Jada Tucker. This one though cleared out for a corner, so opportunity still alive here for Cuba. It's only the second time they've come close to connecting on that through ball. The one time they did connect, Yaxelius Lopez put it over the bar. From the corner, dropped in near post. Jasmine Ross has it. Long again for Lopez, almost crashing into Jasmine Ross. Playing out of the back here, Ross plays through the middle and does well to get it out to the target. Turning the needle. Just breaking down for Guyana over midfield in a way that it did not early on. First 13 minutes, it was pedal to the metal, and they were all over Cuba. You wonder 88-degree temperatures if they expended a lot early and haven't really fully recovered. There's Chin, good step defensively to win it. On the back end there, it's Delenis Acosta with the play. A long ball through for Lopez, has the angle. Lopez looking to get in behind. Another terrific play by Jada Tucker. Those two have been going at it since the opening minute. Tucker had fouled Lopez, and then a little while later, Lopez had returned the favor and picked up a yellow card. Try for the edge of the area here, and it's out for a goal kick. A long ball toward Lopez, trying to dodge off the shoulder of Tucker. Showing our composure playing out of the back, Guyana, through the goalkeeper, Jasmine Ross. Long ball through, flag stays down. Kept in play by Henry. Leah Henry. A bad effort to serve in the center for Chasels, but good positioning defensively by Portela. One back though by Chasels. Try from distance, Chasels. But it's Rodriguez with it. Closing in on halftime here. It's been a pretty rhythmic first half between these teams. Just back and forth, ebbs and flows. Early chances belong to Guyana. Cuba settled in and then had the better of the play, and now it's more even-keeled, back and forth, slowed down. You wonder if the 88-degree temperatures started to take more of a toll as day becomes night. You see the shadows creeping across the field. Temperatures will drop. Starting to look over the last couple of minutes like two teams keen on heading to the dressing room at 0-0. Opening match of qualifying here. Not wanting to overstep and risk going down at the price of going up, but hold that thought, maybe here. Played in front to Lopez. Off her line, it's Ross. Lopez scores! Just narrowly wins the foot race at a moment where these teams both seem content to get to halftime, a bit more relaxed. Timed perfectly, flag stayed down. Lopez knew the risk she was running, the collision was coming. The composure to finish, only the second shot on target of the match for Cuba. The other one, half hard to try from further away. Second genuine scoring opportunity, both belonging to Lopez. She put the first one over the bar. She ends up converting this one. And Cuba has a 1-0 lead with just 1 minute of stoppage time tacked on. Completely change the complexion of what these locker room talks might sound like, which seem to be certainly headed to 0-0. But these teams taking the foot off the gas in the closing moments turned into something completely different. It's Cuba up 1-0 on the goal by Félix Lopez in the last minute of play in this first half. Cuba leads 1-0 in the opener of Group C qualifying in the 2025 Concacaf Women's Under-17 Championship.
chicas, girls. Ya va, para que entren todos.
Gracias.
Ahí tenemos menos de un minuto. Come on, Cuba, Cuba, vamos.
Cuba,
Por favor, hay que
porfa.
subir.
Let's say.
Entren.
Coach, coach.
Vamos a hacer largo.
Queda 10 segundos.
Teams are making their way out onto the field to begin half number 2. It's Cuba 1, Guyana 0 here in the opening match of Group C play in the 2025 Concacaf Women's Under-17 Championship Qualifiers.
¿Dónde está la jugadora? Where the player?
24 teams split into 6 groups of 4. The 6 group winners plus the next 2 best teams will all qualify for the main draw of the tournament, which begins on March 21st. We have a sub here on the Guyana side. That'll be all for Shauna Bisnoth. She'll be replaced by Ellie Biffin.
Todavía no. Que va a levantar la mano.
Guyana left to right in the white. Cuba right to left in the blue with a 1-0 lead. As the clouds are now overhead, field fully in the shadows. 80% chance of rain. Kickoff temperature was 88 degrees. You can see the players dragging a bit by the end of the first half. See if they're rejuvenated a bit more out of the halftime break, especially Guyana. They started strong first 13 minutes, and then they faded as the half went on, ultimately conceding in the 45th minute to Yaicelis Lopez and Cuba. This Cuban side failed to get through qualifying last year. Hard to blame them. Luck of the draw was certainly not on their side. They were in a group with Haiti, who were dominant. Haiti now in the 4 teams receiving a bye to the main draw this year with the U.S., Canada, and Mexico.
Only ball.
Haiti ultimately made it to the semifinal last year in the Under-17 championship. So the only team Cuba fell against turned out to be a truly dominant force. Guyana, on the other hand, have not competed at the U17 level since 2022. Already more signs of life from Guyana to begin this second half. Well, we saw offensively at the end of the first half, more control on the ball here, and Estadio dodges a defender looking wide but well read. Vilches continues her run now up the right side for Cuba. Both these teams coming out of the locker rooms energized. Foul, though, against Cuba. Played down the right wing. Looking for Chin. She settles it. Cuts inside. Pass Borrego. Slowing down a bit here to receive the ball. Estadio trying to center. It's blocked. Juggled up overhead. Well done by Borrego. Clear it any way you can. Physical play continuing here in the midfield. Play on, says the referee. Here goes Guyana to the middle. It's Glean lunging in again. Cuba holding strong defensively. It's Chin. Guyana Chin. Inside to out. Chin centering. Bounces favorably. Chasels goes for goal, but nothing there. Just lacking that bite in the final third. Every shot for Guyana has been from a distance and been manageable for Delilah Rodriguez. Flared back up over the top here by Cuba. Flag stayed down, but Jada Tucker intercepted and cleared. Given away in the middle. Can't be giving it away through the middle if you're Guyana. Fortunate that Cuba did not make them pay. Some space here to maneuver. Estadio looking through. Just a step beyond the substitute Ellie Biffin, supplying the fresh legs and the attack for Guyana. First corner of the match for Guyana. Ellie Biffin, the substitute to take. Is this the moment they could finally break through and find an equalizer? Good ball from Biffin into all the traffic in the middle, bouncing around. Moment wasted for Guyana. maybe again brewing for Guyana. Try from distance. Rodriguez parries it away. Might have been going wide anyway, not taking any chances on the shot from Sidney Gleen. The captain is starting to will Guyana on here. She's doubled over though, hands on knees. Wonder if the fatigue is starting to set in once again after that initial burst to begin the second half. Biffin again to take. Biffin delivers the header just wide. Sustained pressure from Guyana. It's drifting and it's in. Sometimes you just have to have a hit and hope for the best, and that's exactly what draws Guyana level. It's the substitute who helped create the havoc, and it's the number 9 up top, Alexandria Chasels. Just sent it long, and it drops in over Delilah Rodriguez. The pressure from Biffin up there, just the left side of your screen wearing the number 8, has helped create some of these chances for Guyana. They pounce again, and it's just floated, misread by the keeper, drops in over the top, and it's 1-1. Chasels levels. Substitution for Cuba. That's all for Diaz. I'll give you word in a second on who came on after sorting out the goal. Given away, chance to double down real quick here for Guyana. Just a new life again. It's Biffin who's leading the way up top, generating these turnovers. Another chance. It's Joseph centering. Miss hit. Swiped at it on the volley, got underneath it. It was Maganelis Reyes who came on for Yailen Diaz. Player down for Guyana. It's Aaliyah Henry. Chasels equalize in the 56th minute for Guyana. Brand new game, Group C, here in the opening day of qualifying. Panama, Turks and Caicos to follow. Cuba really only had those 2 opportunities in the first half, not much else to speak of. Guyana had some more in the sustained attack, but most shots have been from a distance. Now looking to get that goal back here for Cuba. It's the captain, Calvo. Awkward angle, toe poke, and out for a goal kick. Didn't seem comfortable to take it with her left foot, tried to toe poke it with the right. Another change coming now for Guyana. That's all for Estadio. So it gets a yellow card off of the field for Guyana. Aya Stewart, who plays for North Toronto Soccer, Canada, will make her way on. Again, it's Calvo.
Está fuera la 2.
Foul was called there before the ball was out of play. Another sub now for Guyana. Trying to keep the momentum up here. Avril Pasvolsky comes on. That's 3 changes now for Guyana, just 1 made by Cuba. Leah Henry came off for Avril Pasvolsky. Calvo looking long. Lopez chasing. Foot race here. Lopez on a yellow, has to be careful. Made the initial contact and forced Guyana into a tough decision. Just played out for a throw. It's essentially a corner here for Cuba. Free kick right down near the corner flag, so a little bit of a better angle. They've had 2 corners in this match, neither produced any real threat. Contact going on here in the box. Referee settling things down. Played in, ball loose and tapped home. Amid all the confusion, Cuba retakes the lead, and it's the captain, Anelis Calvo, with the finish. Good delivery here, just putting it into a dangerous spot. Goalkeeper Jasmine Ross came off her line. A lot of ball watching here for Guyana. And really, Calvo just lets it hit her. Redirects it just a bit with that left foot. Didn't try to wind up and volley it. That's the moment where the ball ends up 5 yards over the goal or wide of the goal. Use the momentum from the free kick itself, let it hit you, just redirect it in. And that's what she does, so Cuba's back on top. Momentum on Cuba's side now. Here they go again. Lopez puts it skyward. Calvo closing in, wins it. Calvo took a deflection. No, it ends up just out off of Calvo for a goal kick. Offside flag did come up there on Cuba. Good run here down the wing for Guyana, slipped through. Substitute Aya Stewart could not hold on to it after catching up to it. The importance of winning the first match. Set the tone. All 6 group winners make it through, and the next 2 best. You win your first match. Mathematically speaking, you've got a really good chance of at least being one of the next 2 best teams. A lot of contact there. Players sprawled out. And it will go Guyana's way on the free kick. From the free kick, floated in, edge of the 6, defended well by Cuba. Gaggle of players there in white, ready to pounce for Guyana, but the ball never made it through. Here's a look again at what is now the potential winning goal. And Félix Calvo off the free kick, redirects it in. A lot of contact there in the middle. A little kick after the play as well. That might be a yellow card for Valladares, and it will be. Not for the contact itself, but for kicking the ball at Glean after the fact. Floated long over the top. Header away actually by Guyana. Just missed time on the jump there. Cuba looking to break out and shuttered up defensively. Just over a quarter of an hour remaining. Cuba up 1. Flick down off the throw. Pass though beyond the intended target, gets back to Glean. Another chance brewing here for Cuba off the good defensive play by Cos, but Lopez could not penetrate that back line. 75 minutes come and gone. Calvo in the 64th is the difference maker right now. It was a tie game for just 8 minutes after we had the equalizer from Chasels. Cuba went back on top. It's where we've been ever since. Ball did deflect out for a corner. Corner, never had a chance. Ball played through again here. The substitute, Reyes, trying to make it 3-1. Goes down in a heap, but it'll just be a corner. Pressure here from Guyana. Carried up the field by the substitute, Stewart. Still Stewart, now Biffin, the other substitute. Played through down the right wing. Something brewing here. It's Anaya Joseph trying to center. It's blocked. And out for a throw. Can Cuba slam the door shut and go up by 2? It's Lopez with 1 goal already. Yaicelis Lopez trying to turn the corner, and it's another terrific defensive play by Whitney King. Jada Tucker and Whitney King, the 2 center backs for Guyana, have been immense over the course of this matchup. Substitution here for Cuba before they take the kick. That'll be all for the captain, departing Anelis Calvo. She'll be replaced by Catherine Mercedes, and it's a really good opportunity here for Cuba on the free kick to slam this door shut and go up by 2. They'll be doing so without Calvo, who scored on their last one in the 64th minute when they took that 2-1 lead. So Calvo departs, the author of the potential game-winning goal. Now from the corner, see if they can find the insurance. Short from the corner.
Take care.
Time wearing thin now for Guyana. Haven't really shown any signs of life ever since they scored the goal to equalize. Tripped up to the middle here, free kick for Cuba. The moments like this allow them to take some more time off the clock as well. Ball played through nearly for Stewart. Recovered instead all the way back to Rodriguez. Given away out of the back by Rodriguez. Could have been a nightmare. Player down here for Cuba. Just over 6 minutes remaining. Played through again from Kos. Almost gets there. Still Cuba on the turn. It's the substitute Reyes. Galloping through the midfield, Guyana led by Benjamin. Benjamin looking for Stewart, intercepted. Kos. Stewart carrying, Centering. Chance for Guyana to level. It's blocked. 5 minutes to go. Long ball the other way. Game getting stretched. It's in these moments where you either find an equalizer or maybe that bonus goal for the team ahead. Rare to get through these moments without at least one more goal going in. Just a matter of who authors it. Does Guyana find the leveler? Does Cuba find the insurance? Both these teams have just once ever qualified for the Under-17 championship. For both these teams, it came in 2022, trying to return to that. Cuba's corner, a good one toward the back post. Everybody drifted near post, though. Somebody would have snaked back there for the run. Might be 3-1, still might be. Something's on here, but it's gathered by Ross. Two and a half minutes remaining. Slip through for Vilches. Have to see more urgency from Guyana here. Try and salvage the point in this one. Don't know how many more of these moments they will have. Guyana have to capitalize. Cuba in no hurry to get this into play with the 1-goal lead. And it slipped through. Biffin. Played wide for Svolsky and cleared. Bounces awkwardly up over the top. Reyes, though, a heavy touch. Into stoppage time now here in Santo Domingo. 3 added minutes. Again, it's Pozvolski, the substitute, centering beyond Stewart, keeping it alive. No collision there, edge of the area. Good defensive clear out there on Portela. No real argument from Guyana that it should have been a foul either. Just good, clean, hard defending. Only one more added minute remaining. Cuba successfully navigated the middle portion of this second half. The tide seemed to be turning when Guyana scored the equalizing goal and had some momentum. A free kick at the other end and a goal by the captain. Annelies Calvo subbed off in this second half, so you won't see her celebrating her winning goal from on the field. She left her mark as she departed for the bench. With that goal, they wrestled control back and have never relented. You can see the collective wind come out of the sails of Guyana after conceding so shortly after they equalized. Can Cuba navigate one more attack? The flag comes up, that'll help. By the time it gets put back into play, the 3 minutes should have come and gone, and that might do it. Minutes come and gone. Cuba wins it 2-1 over Guyana in the opening match of Group C in the 2025 Concacaf Women's Under-17 Championship Qualifiers. The captain is the one to celebrate as the hero today. Annelies Calvo in the 64th minute with your match winner for Cuba over Guyana.
Vamos, vamos.
1
We'll look back at the highlights from Cuba's 2-1 victory over Guyana in the opening match of Group C play here in the 2025 Concacaf Women's Under-17 Championship Qualifiers. Early on, it seemed like Guyana were the better of the two sides and a physical start to this matchup. Guyana had the chances to maybe find the opening goal, mostly kept from a distance though. None of those strikes from a distance would really pan out, all direct into Delilah Rodriguez. So keep in mind their willingness to try from distance because it would be how they get their goal in the second half. As the first half would wear on, Cuba would start to take more control of the ball, of the territory, of the overall momentum and flow. Started here. 14th minute, they had their first good look. Defensive play by Whitney King, closing back down on Yaicelis Lopez. Otherwise, it could have been 1-0 there. Eventually, Lopez would make it 1-0 on her own doing in the first half. Another well-played ball through. That would finally give Cuba the upper hand in this one that they'd worked so hard for after that first chance. You could see it was brewing, just a matter of when. You could see the temper starting to flare as Guyana were starting to lose control of this first half to Cuba. A couple of set pieces for Cuba, but nothing doing off those set pieces. It took another through ball that would latch ultimately for Lopez, just beating Jasmine Ross to the punch and threading it home. A 1-0 lead for Cuba on the efforts of Lopez. The second half would come to a conclusion just a minute later. You wondered really how the second half would start, or rather the first half would come to its conclusion, excuse me. Just a few moments later, you wondered how the second half would begin. The way the first half ended with Cuba in control, or would Guyana have another few moments as they did to begin the first half on the front foot? That turned out to be the case. Guyana with chances after the subs they made in the early going of the second half to find the equalizer. It would ultimately come from distance from Alexandria Chasels. Mentioned earlier, not afraid to take the shots from long range. This one perfectly weighted, maybe misread as well by the goalkeeper Rodriguez as it drops in. Made it 1-1, but it was a short-lived equalizer for Guyana. Only 8 minutes later, Cuba would have an opportunity on a free kick. There were chances before then, for Guyana to maybe go ahead and find the go-ahead goal. Save made by Rodriguez on another try from distance, this one from Glean. And here is that free kick for Cuba. Well placed, confusion in the middle, and the captain Calvo, all she needed to do was redirect it past the keeper Ross, who had vacated her line. A 2-1 lead for Cuba, and it would stay that way for the rest of the way. There are some moments that seemed of false hope for Guyana. Try and find another equalizer, but they were met with resistance each time by Cuba, who take it 2-1. A look at the standings here after one match in Group C. Cuba leading the way, but coming up in just a little while at 7 o'clock Eastern Time, it's Panama against Turks and Caicos to round out match day 1 of Group C play in the 2025 Concacaf Women's Under-17 Qualifiers. Stick with us. Panama, Turks and Caicos on the way after Cuba's victory over Guyana.